Friends, this is like a amazing story. It's like a plot of a fantastic movie. Shiva the trader, the scalper. This is a very exciting story. I think a lot of people will resonate with your story where people had some passion earlier. But I'm seeing, Shiva, you are a very enterprising person. You always have thought about going to the next level.
True.
Do you think that's a personality trait which defines a successful trader?
Yes, and luckily for me, I have a diversified background, and that helped me as a trader. But because like many traders who enter into the market, they don't survive beyond 2 years.
Right.
Especially when they come into the market with like a 1 lakh capital, 2 lakh capital. That's what happened to me as well initially. And they run out of funds pretty quickly because they don't know like what they are trying to do. By the time you realize, you would have already lost a fund, and the next moment what you would thinking is, how can I get my funds back into my account? You won't even think about the losses.
Yeah.
You would have been thinking about like, I got 1 lakh into the account, now the loss is at 50K. Where can I get the remaining 50K so that I can keep my account at 1 lakh?
Absolutely.
That's the trend with most of the traders, and some of the traders who come into the market with the like money taken from a personal loan and so on. Right. That is the biggest mistake which I would always say. Any money which you can't afford to lose in this market, you should never trade. Because that is the biggest trait for me as a person. When I believed in myself, I don't want to take a loan. I don't want to take money which I can't afford to lose. Even if I lose something, still I should be able to say, Shiva, you have lost something wherein it is not going to pinch your pocket or it is not going to pinch your family as well. Once you have that mindset in you, you will never going to lose. And at the same time, as a good trader, you should always have this. Treat both your profit and loss at the same length. That which I have done.
Right.
Okay, even if I take some profits, yes, I'm happy with that. Even if I lose, I know, okay, this has come from the market and this has gone into the market.
Yeah.
So once you have that ability built in you, automatically you will have the discipline coming in yourself.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll just share one experience with you. I met one of the large discount booking firms, not want to name them, the owner of the firm, and he said that the biggest challenge of discount broking to a certain extent is retention of the client.
True.
Because they have this ratio called 90-90-90 ratio, which is like 90% of the client lose 90% of their capital in 90 days.
Exactly.
So the problem lies that most of the people who are coming into the system, they get so excited with the whole concept of trading that they land up going overboard and they lose 90% of your capital in 90 days. And how do you then continue with those people? So as you rightly said, the objective then becomes not to make money, but to refill that account and let the account be there for... So it has become kind of a video game for a lot of people, no?
Honestly, and just to add to what you said, why it happens actually? Because these traders, once they get into the market, it happened initially as with me as well. Once we make the money in the first month, it'll always be, they will be saying, right, it's an honeymoon period where you will market tends to reward you. And whatever you touches, it will become like a golden goose for you. But within a month, you think that you are supreme than the market. And you try to double your positions or like extrapolate into 10 times. First month you would have taken like 10 lots. Immediately once you see you're making money, you think that okay, market is going to reward you everything, and you would start to buy 100 lots. The losses will manipulate. And for me, like I always understood the market works on a pattern. And if you don't understand what is the pattern at which the market is in, you're not going to make money. Imagine even in the last year, people who made money in the first quarter or the second quarter, the April, May, June quarter, they would have lost big money in this like October, November and December.
Absolutely.
Because they were following the same pattern, what they have been used to do it. And market is not going to reward the same way. There will be like a period wherein buyers make money. There will be a period wherein sellers make money. We needed to identify which is a period which is suitable for us, try to go extra mile and then make money rather than trying to make the same amount of money all through the year. That's not going to happen. There will be a lean phase. You needed to control yourself. Don't be a compulsive trader. Try to like know what your limitations are, how much risk you can take. And if you're able to book your profits at 10,000, you should also be able to book your losses at 10,000. Don't wait for the losses to go to 1 lakh and then think about, oh no, should I book it or not? Okay, let me take put all my money in. That is never a game. And most important thing is, for me, the recent change is what I have done to myself. This has been working magic wonders for me.
Okay.
One, I try to use my previous day profit as my stop loss. Okay, so say for example, if I earn 1 lakh in the previous day, imagine you are entering the market thinking that You're not going to risk your capital. You're going to risk only your 1% of your, or like whatever the profit which you earned the previous day. That way, in options, you cannot have a strict stop loss here, because in Bank Nifty nowadays, it goes to 100, comes back to 10, again goes to 200. Whatever the stop loss which you're going to place in options, it is going to get triggered anyway. In this way, like, I'm able to maintain the success ratio. The reason is I'm entering based on the charts, and at the same time, I know I can risk up to a level wherein I can afford to lose that money because I have earned it the previous day. So that way, my mentality changes. The next question asks, what if your previous day is a loss? What you will do? Then use 10% of your deployed capital as your stop loss. Then you're never going to lose much bigger money in this market.
Awesome. So, friend, this is a fantastic risk management method he has just communicated to you. Can you just give it once again to our users?
Okay. So I said, which I've been following it in the last 1 year. What I did, I used my previous day profit as my stop loss for the very trading day. If I earn 1 lakh the previous day, that 1 lakh will act as my stop loss for today's trading day. Say, for example, today morning you're taking an opening trade, because many people used to ask me, how come you're taking a trade at 9:15 itself when the market has not given you or shown you the charts and other things? You needed to do a lot of preparation for the pre-market. But when you know that you have made money in the morning, now it is time for you to protect your previous day profit. Don't consider that previous day like profit is going to be a result for once you make money today. Today morning, if you have made 20K, then that 20K will act as your stop loss for the remainder of the day. Another important thing which I have started to do is, my morning trades and the opening trade would be like going big. When I'm really convinced, I go with volumes.
Right.
But once you make money, try to cut down your position, take and handle small quantities. If you would have been handling like 10 lots in the morning, try to cut down to 3 lots once you make money, and that to enter when the market is giving you a reward. Otherwise, do not. That's where like it made a huge difference to me actually.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.